Allies could form a coalition to intercept missiles over Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said. This decision might be difficult for the partners, but Kyiv will work on this issue, he emphasized.
We must work on the technical possibility that there will be the use of combat aviation by neighboring countries against certain missiles. Yes, they are hitting Ukraine, but they are acting in the direction of our neighbors. First of all, the alliance countries. We have a pretty good version of our Ukraine NATO Council. We have already gathered it from the point of view of maritime security. I have instructed our diplomats to work with NATO to ensure that such a meeting is worked out and a date is set, so that we talk about this very issue.
This decision should be taken collectively by all NATO members. The U.S. State Department is convinced. Washington said that it was constantly studying and assessing the security situation.
That is a discussion that, as with all NATO discussions, is a discussion to be had among NATO members and a decision that NATO would reach collectively.
Poland was the first NATO member state to propose protecting Ukraine's airspace. In early July, Ukraine signed a bilateral security cooperation agreement with Poland. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk said at the time that Warsaw would engage allies to discuss the possibility of shooting down Russian missiles and drones over Ukrainian territory.
We have been talking for a long time about an idea that was born in Warsaw, the idea of NATO responding to missile attacks. If we are talking about missiles that are flying towards Poland and are still on Ukrainian territory, with this idea of trying to shoot them down, not waiting for them to fly into alliance territory, but still over Ukrainian soil. And this seems absolutely logical. Poland was the first country to start talking to Ukraine about this. For this, we need unambiguous cooperation with NATO.
Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski said that the Warsaw is considering Kyiv's proposal to shut down Russian missiles heading towards Polish territory. At the same time, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg made it clear that he was against Poland using its air defense forces to shut down Russian missiles in Ukrainian airspace. He emphasized, quote, "The alliance will not be part of the conflict. The U.S. also wants to avoid escalation," said John Kirby, a spokesman of the U.S. National Security Council.
We don't want to give Putin arguments that the war was provoked by NATO, that it is a war between Russia and the West or between Russia and the US. We want to look for ways to make Ukraine effective, but we don't want escalation. John Kirby, White House National Security Communications Advisor, in a comment to Polskie Radio.
However, representatives of a number of German political parties have not ruled out that members of the North Atlantic Alliance could help shield a part of Ukraine's western territory from Russian drones and missile attacks. According to Deutsche Welle, this idea was put forward by the ruling Free Democratic Party. The politicians say that this can be done with the help of air defense systems, which are located in Poland and Romania. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Христина Домбровська, UATV News.